All right, what's up, guys? I am just sitting here getting a good chuckle because I had you guys post up some questions on Twitter in the form of a yes or no answer that I could give. And some of them are pretty funny as I look through them. So I'm just going to go roll through them now. And some of them aren't quite yes or no. We'll do my best to answer the first 50 we come to and see what we come up with. Number one, do you even lift? What's up, dude? Come on. Number two, do you implement rest pause in your training? Yes, but only when I'm trying to get stronger. Number three, is post-workout drink really needed? Depends on if you're taking an intra-workout shake or nutrition. If you're taking an intra-workout shake, no. If not, then yes. Number four, is it best to train first thing in the morning? No, not best. Whenever your body temperature is highest is the best time to train. Number five, do you reduce carbs and calories on rest days? Great question. Yes, and yes. Reduce both carbs and calories on days that I'm not training. Number six, do you recommend BCAAs during a workout? Absolutely. Branched chain amino acids are key during every workout. Number seven, is it best to train your weakest body part first? Not necessarily, but it brings up a good question, and folks genuinely wanting to neglect their weakest body part and train their strongest body part. This is why you see guys with huge upper bodies and chicken legs. So if you have a weak body part, definitely something you could work more often. Certainly doesn't hurt to train it first in the gym. Number eight, is a full body workout better than a split workout to lose body fat? It depends. So I'm going to go with yes. Generally from the standpoint of burning calories, and so if your goal is to burn body fat, you want to burn more calories, so I'll go with yes there. Number nine, is lifting 6 days a week too much? Absolutely not. For almost anybody that's watching this, the probability of overtraining is non-existent, especially folks that are young. If you're in your 20s and 30s, your hormones are pumping, and the possibility that you are actually going to physically overtrain is next to nothing. So training 6 days a week, as long as you're getting plenty of rest and getting good nutrition, absolutely nothing wrong with it. Should you use heavy weight on hack squat? Absolutely. Use heavy weight on everything. Heavy weight is how you grow muscle. If you want bigger muscle, you go heavier weight, so I'm going to go with yes on that one. Number 11, do you think Kai Green will ever win the Olympia? Probably not, unfortunately. Number 12, is it possible to make just one muscle group grow at once, or does the whole body have to grow in general? You can definitely make one body part grow, certainly. You may get some systemic overall growth as a part of that, but you can certainly focus on just growing one body part. For instance, I can grow my biceps without growing my back, or I can grow my back without growing my triceps if those are areas I'm targeting. They're secondary and primary movers in effect, so you're going to get some growth on biceps as you do your back and things like that. But for the most part, sure, you can target different muscles. Can you build muscle in a calorie deficit? No. Number 14, can you build muscle on a low protein diet? Depends how low, but I'm going to go with no, probably not. Number 15, should you take a carb drink post-workout if you are above 12% body fat? If it's a very intense workout, I would say yes. I would say probably 90% of your workouts, no. If you're above 12%, you want to keep your carbs low, even after a workout. But if you have a huge, amazing, vomit-inducing leg workout, then yeah, take some carbs afterwards. Is squatting barefoot a health risk? Yes. I think the silliness these days with folks squatting in the gym with no shoes on. So wear shoes when you squat. What is your opinion about a cheat meal? My opinion is you earn cheat meals. They're not just worked into a part of your schedule and your diet routine. So if you earn a cheat meal, eat it. There should never be any such thing as a cheat day in your diet. You should stick on your diet the rest of that day and never have a cheat meal on your off day. Put it preferably on a leg day or a back day where you're doing some heavy training in the gym. But if you earn it, then go eat a cheat meal. Food is one of the great pleasures of life. All right, sorry, just screening some of these questions. Do you take... Yep, no, we're not going to answer that one. Thank you, Kai. Can you hit the same muscle group 2 times in one day? Hells yes. Do it all the time. It's a mainstay of competitive bodybuilders. So again, if you're getting enough nutrition and enough recovery, rest, sleep, no problem. I've lost 100 pounds but cannot get below 10% body fat. I've cut my carbs down below 50 a day. Could upping them help me break the plateau? Great question. Yes. Try some carb cycling as opposed to just keeping your carbs real low for an extended period of time. The body responds a lot to change, and sometimes small tweaks are all that's necessary. So if, and it depends on how low you are. Are you 12 and trying to get to 10, or are you 20 and trying to get to 10? If you're 20, I may stay pretty low for a while longer. But if you're closer to 10 than not, yeah, go ahead and have a couple of higher carb days and do some carb cycling. That may help kick you over the edge there. Can old folks such as myself at 32 years old, come on, dude, I'm 34, still build mass effectively? Absolutely. You're in your prime in your 30s, especially if you're male. So you're building mass effectively well into your 30s and even your 40s if you look at some of the masters competitors out there. 15 minutes of cardio before a workout? Sure, why not? Doesn't hurt anything. It can be helpful in neurostimulation, getting your blood moving and just getting an overall sense of getting the juices flowing. So if you want to do 15 minutes of cardio as a warm-up, go right ahead. Larry, when are you going to start competing again? I've read your last show was over 5 years ago. It is, and that is kind of the whole impetus of getting this website going again. As I get back into the competition circuit, it's looking like the summer of this year, 2015. It's going to see me back on stage, so stay tuned, more details to come. Let's see. If you're over 10% body fat, should you be on a low-carb diet until you reach 10%? Yeah, I'm going to go with yes. Number 24, Pop-Tarts. Yes, absolutely, every day. No, I'm kidding. I don't eat Pop-Tarts. I stay away from processed foods in general. So Pop-Tarts should most likely not find their place into your bodybuilding diet, with few exceptions. Which cardio method do you prefer for fat loss? HIIT, high intensity interval training, hands down. There's some articles about that on my website as well. Is a split body part over 7 days a week with no rest, is that overtraining to not take a day off? Again, going to the topic of overtraining, 7 days a week, you start pushing it a little bit. If nothing more than for your psyche, you need a day to do nothing, rest, relax. Most of you are not going to physically overtrain. You start getting into other questions of overtraining when it comes to mental overtraining. I always say everybody should take a day off. If you want to go a couple of weeks working out 7 days, it's not going to hurt you. I also don't think it's necessary as well. Do you consume carbs after HIIT cardio training? Almost always, yes. Is brown rice pasta comparable to brown rice? I don't know. I don't eat pasta. So I would imagine so. I imagine they both come from brown rice. That's in the name. But I stay away from pasta myself, even in the off season. But I would go with probably there. When is the best time to take creatine? Post-workout, after your workout's over. Does carb backloading have disadvantages? Interesting question. I'm doing that right now. I concentrate most of my carbs throughout the entire day surrounding my workout, and the rest of the day is left with mostly protein and good quality fats. So I'm not quite sure if there's disadvantage. There's disadvantage to everything. I'm not quite sure if it's not working for me yet. That's yet to be seen. Right now, I feel great. I'm seeing some great results. So I'm going to go with, I don't know what the disadvantages would be, but carb backloading is a good strategy to use. All right. Do you use the abductor and adductor machine, otherwise known as good girl, bad girl machine? Yes, I use it pre-contest, in the off-season, though. Do you tend to use other lean meats approaching a contest? Okay, I think what he's asking is, you change the lean meats you use as you approach a show. Common lore is that to get really thin skin, and as you get closer to a show, you need to go to only fish and eat only tilapia, and that's a bunch of crap. Absolutely not. My meats stay the same. I'm very big on varying up my protein sources. Every single day, I eat chicken, I eat lean, grass-fed beef, I eat bison, I eat fish, I eat eggs. Every single day. So very big on getting a variety, and your source of protein, as long as it's lean, is not going to affect how lean you're getting or your skin thickness or anything like that. Do you think taking fat burners while cutting is good? I don't take fat burners. I'm a big fan of pre-workout stimulants when you need them for energy. I think taking them every day is kind of an injustice to yourself. When you need them, take one. As far as taking thermogenics or fat burners on a daily basis, twice a day type of thing, I don't take them. I don't like the way they mess with my body chemistry. People will say they work, but I don't use them myself. Do you ever drink alcohol? Do you ever get drunk? My coach once told me you cannot be a bodybuilder and a rock star. So, maybe a couple of times a year in certain circumstances. Generally, though, when you get serious about fitness, whether you're wanting to compete or not, if you're wanting to really reach your goals and hunker down and get the most out of your program, I would say alcohol is not going to be a part of your lifestyle. Occasionally, everybody should have a good night out, though. Should I do HIIT after weight training? Ideally, no. It's not the best time of the day to do it. It's not going to kill you, and if that's the only time you have to do it after you train as opposed to before you train. Ideally, the morning is going to be the best time to do it, also on your off days. In contest prep mode, should you do cardio after a workout? Again, same answers before. Do I need estrogen blockers while taking natural test boosters? I'm going to go with no, man. I don't think those products do much for you at all. Your testosterone stimulation is going to come from your brain and your neurotransmitters. So you really need to address the cause. If you actually feel like you have low testosterone, you can go talk to a doctor, get your testosterone levels checked. This over-the-counter testosterone-enhancing products and boosters, I don't think they do anything, so certainly I don't think you need any anti-estrogen drugs. Is intermittent fasting good? For fat loss, yes. For muscle building, no. Do you recommend natural testosterone boosters? No. Again, I think they're a waste of your money. What supplements should be cycled and for how long? I'm a big fan of cycling all supplements. I think there should be a time when you're taking nothing, letting your body have a chance to get rid of everything, reset, if you will. I also think that you can cycle brands. For instance, the pre-workouts I use, I'll go through one bottle and then order a completely different brand. I have 3 or 4 go-tos that I like to use. They're going to be made up of different things, different chemicals and compositions that really accomplish the same goal, and that's to give you focus, drive, and energy for your workout, but they do it in a different way, so your body's not going to be as efficient as using those chemicals, and they'll have a better effect on you. So I think all supplements should be cycled on and off. Is there an upper limit to time under tension? Can a set be too long? Yeah, there comes a point where it's going to become aerobic. So for instance, if your weight is light enough and you're doing 30 reps, you're starting to use slow twitch muscle fibers as opposed to the fast twitch, and your workout's becoming more aerobic. So I say once you're getting up in that 25 plus range, you should probably increase the weight. When should I eat oatmeal when trying to lose fat? Why are you eating oatmeal? Would be my first question. But if you're going to do it after your workout, would be the best times if you're going to eat something like oatmeal when you're leading up. Is ab training needed in the off season? Personally, I don't do a lot of abs in the off season. That is just me. There's a lot of benefit that is touted with ab work and how it affects your spine. Not a big fan of all this core stuff. Don't get me started on these wobbly toys for core training, whatever that is. But personally, I don't do abs in the off season. Are nootropics useful? Yes, absolutely. You need to do your research and learn more about them. Do you even rest? I do rest. My schedule stays very full during waking hours, but I get no less than 7 hours of sleep, with very few exceptions. If I'm going to be traveling, usually those are some rough days ahead of the airport, but I'll make up for it when I get to the hotel and get a nap. Generally 7 to 8 hours every night. Outside of that, my schedule stays pretty slammed. Because of politics, will Kai Green ever win the Olympia? I hope so, but probably not. Kai's a great competitor. One of the best. Can I do squats every day? Absolutely. If you want to become a mass monster. No, in reality, do nothing every day. Certainly if legs are lagging and you need to bring up your legs, then there could be benefit to training legs twice a week. Maybe even 3 times a week if you're really getting nutrition and a lot of rest, but certainly not every day. Muscle is made while you're sleeping. Muscle is made during rest. It's not made in the gym. Muscle's torn down in the gym. Go find the article on my website if you don't understand that concept. So if you give your muscle no time to rest and recover, you certainly will never grow it. Getting close to the end here. Would you recommend using performance enhancers at 24? I would recommend no. Your hormones are through the roof in your 20s. So I think that's too young to start getting into those sorts of things. However, I'm no fool, so what I would say is do your research outside of YouTube. Look up some real peer-reviewed journal scientific information. Don't go on the message forums. Don't go and watch these morons on YouTube telling you about performance-enhancing drugs. That's not the place to learn. You're going to really messing yourself up. You do it that way. Do you feel CLA is worth buying and useful? Yes. I take it every morning to combat elevated cortisol levels. Great supplement. Last one. Do you eat carbs right before bed? Doesn't it deplete growth hormone levels? Yes, it does. It's not necessarily a bad thing long term. In general, the only time I'm going to have carbs right before bed is if my training was late in the evening. Again, carb backloading surrounding my training is kind of what I'm doing now. I wouldn't recommend eating a lot of carbs and immediately laying down and going to sleep. But if you train late in the evening and your before bed meal is also your post-workout meal, yeah, absolutely, you're going to have some carbs there. That does it. That's 50. That's long enough here. If you want to ask me some more questions, I plan on doing more of these. So go to twitter.com/freakphysique or facebook.com/freakphysique and leave me your questions. When I have time, I will respond to them there. Otherwise, we'll stick them in the next session here of a Q&A. So until next time, peace.